Hello, Next Century. My name is Louis Cardizoni, and I am the Advisor Interface and Functionality Designer of our group. And today, I'm going to give you a brief update on what our Project 2 currently looks like. So here I have a screen cap of our people table. The goal of this table is to have a place to store information for advisors and students in one place. The values of this table include the student or advisor ID, their first and last names, their position, for example, advisor or student, their department, this is for the advisor typically, if they are part of the computer science, computer engineering, chemical engineering department, and the student appointment ID. This one is only going to be used for students. However, it will reference the appointment ID that they are currently signed up for. The primary key of this table is the ID. We will search for people based on their ID, which will be unique. So this is a brief slide, basically just reiterating what I said previously. However, one thing I did not previously mention were the constraints on the department value. These are the 5 departments that we will be providing functionality for. And if you type in a different one, it will simply redirect you to the same page that you were at and give you the list of functional departments. So this is our second and final table for our Project 2, and this is the appointments table. The goal here is to have a table to store information on appointments and efficiently search for them. The way we are going to search for them is by their appointment ID. The time value will simply be a date time as to when the appointment is scheduled. The advisor ID is once again the university ID for the advisor. The appointment type is going to be either group or individual. Seats left will pertain to how many seats are left for the appointment. This only pertains to group appointments, which are typically only comprised of 10 people. And once again, their department, which again is just computer science or chemical engineering, stuff like that. So next, let's talk some interface. The first thing that I should note is that the first page will be a general page. What I mean by that is that both students and advisors will go to it. It will simply ask one thing for your university ID. And if the university ID is found, it will redirect you to student or advisor depending on what your ID is. If the ID isn't found, it means that you are a student because we will have populated the advisor portion already with the information we have from the website. If you are a new student, it will simply add your first and last name and major to the database, and then take you to the normal student page. So next up is the student interface. In case you forgot, the student appointment ID is the pointer to the appointment the student has currently signed up for. If that is null, it will display a list of all available appointments to register. The constraints here are that the appointment must be for the student's major and have seats available. By default, these appointments are sorted by the advisor and by date. And if the student so chooses, he can resort the list to contain only group or individual appointments. So, what happens if the student appointment ID is not null? Well, that means they have an appointment already. And students are only allowed to register for one appointment at a time. So, when this happens, we will give them 2 options. One option is that they can reschedule. We will provide a list of available appointments, and if they choose a different one, it will cancel the appointment they have already and schedule the one they most recently chose. Or they can simply cancel their appointment. So last but not least, let's talk about the advisor interface. The main page that they are taken to is populated with all of the advisors' standing appointments, which are sorted by date and time and divided by day. They have a button for adding an appointment if they so choose, and they can also edit any appointment that they have standing. They can change the amount of seats that are available for group appointments, or they can cancel an appointment, at which point all of the student appointment ID will be set to null that were signed up for the appointment. So that about concludes our outline of our Project 2. Thank you for watching Next Century, and we look forward to hearing your feedback.